Golden Circle proudly presents.
Hi,
Hello.
and welcome to our review of Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
There's nothing to say about this movie.
This movie's fine. It's fine. It's just a movie.
It's a good movie. There's just nothing specific.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much to point out.
Yeah.
What's good about it? Not
Like it's quite good. That's the
It
thing.
is a good movie. I like it, and I will rewatch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not bland or boring or anything like that. It's just a movie. Maybe we're just feeling really complacent or something. It's probably our fault. But I don't know. It's fine. It's a movie. That's all really I can think about it. It's got the same cool fast-paced action that the first one had.
Then let me teach you a lesson. Are we going to stand around here all day, or are we going to fight?
You know, that kind of camera zooms in on the gun fu type stuff, like real kind of bombastic comic book action. And it's real good, and the first one had it, and this one has it, and cool gadgets. Everyone's gotta have a bloody cool gadget.
We got spy gadgets, deadly gadgets, cheap gadgets, exploding gadgets, luxury gadgets, clean gadgets, dirty gadgets, old school, new school, and sexy gadgets.
It's just a spy movie. A good one, but it's just...
Yeah, it's like a pseudo spoof of a spy movie, because it does poke fun at the cliches and stereotypes and caveats of traditional spy movies like Old Bond and stuff like that, which the first one did too, but it also is that in a serious way.
That's why I say it's just a spy movie. There's nothing... It's just a really good spy movie. It's nothing specific.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one.
I don't know. I feel like we sound negative about it, but this is a really good movie, and I think you should see it, especially for Elton John.
Elton John is great.
Elton John is real good.
A lot better than Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Elton John did more for the movie than Channing Tatum did.
Yeah, he really did. I think they should have put him on the posters. I think, you know, those posters with the holes cut out the faces? Just bloody Eggsy, and then Elton John dressed in bloody Mad Peacock outfit.
No, it was a good movie. It's just, I don't know. It's just good. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's just good. Yeah. I think that's all we can really say for non-spoilers, isn't it? Good action, good acting. Can't really talk about the plot without spoiling it.
As for the plot, it is pretty much a direct sequel to the first.
Yeah.
There's not much time gap. Probably do need to watch the first one to understand a bit.
Yeah.
But it is a direct sequel.
Very good.
I recommend it. Maybe someone else can point out things they like.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it.
Yeah. We shit at this, really.
Why did we start doing this?
I don't know. We know nothing about movies. Why did we start? Why us? Anyway, actually on to spoilers now, rather than just rambling about our lives. What's the first thing you want to spoil?
Probably the storyline.
Okay, so here's a brief rundown of the story. It starts.
And then it ends.
And then it ends. No, I put that out. Okay, brief rundown of the story. Here's the plot. Eggsy is like living the life. He's super spy extraordinaire. And by that I mean he just walks out the tailor shop randomly at the beginning. What's his name? Charlie, the prick from the first movie, who got rejected from Kingsman school. He's there, but with a robot arm. Oh damn, fancy. Tries to kill Eggsy. Doesn't kill Eggsy. But then his robot arm does a hack. And it hacks all of the datas. And then the real villain of the movie is like, well, now I know where you live. And does up missiles.
Wait, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. So
And therefore takes out all of the Kingsman's horses and all of the Kingsman's men. And Humpty Dumpty never got back up again. Anyway, the plot.
the plot continues. They everyone's destroyed besides Melon and Eggsy at this point.
So they have to activate the Doomsday Protocols, which involves going to a hat shop or whatever it was.
I think it was a winery.
Or a winery, and drinking a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
With an E.
I think we're going to Kentucky.
So that leads them to America, where they meet the statesman.
They're American cousins.
Yeah, it's like a brew. It's basically the Kingsman tailor shop, only a brewery in America.
And they make fucking millions.
Yeah.
Because it turns out alcohol is a lot more profitable than suits.
Yeah, but and then that's when they discovered the villain of the movie, Poppy. Some weird.
Just some woman from the 60s.
Yes, or 50s, I think.
Or 50s, who knows?
My name is Poppy Adams, CEO of the Golden Circle.
But she's some kind of drug cartel who wants to legalize drugs. Basically, that's her goal.
Great goal.
It's a fair goal.
Pretty sure you could have just lobbied for that in public office and you'd have got it.
Yes, but instead she drugs her drugs.
Yeah, she drugs her drugs.
To eventually kill people if drugs are not legalized. You know, fair game. That's how we do it.
It's a big grand villain plot, I like it. And then the president turns round and he really does reflect real life events, let's just say. And he turns around and is like, let's say we're going to go in for the deal, but actually not, because drug people are bad.
Yep, let's just kill the druggies right now.
Yep.
Solves our problem. But yeah, and then...
I quite like the president's result. He's just like, no criminals.
You know what? He made fair points. I couldn't agree with it completely, but he made fair points.
Yeah, like, it's a bit over the top to kill everyone just for bloody trying one marijuana, but...
Yeah, anyway, and then they gotta get this antidote, and one of the statesmen is working against them, and, you know, typical thing is, oh, are they gonna make it in time before everyone dies? And then yes,
it cuts quickly between all the various fronts. People dying from blue vein syndrome. Our heroes fighting the fights.
Yeah, anyway, that's the plot, basically. They go to America, they stop this villain, and, you know, they use American resources because they don't have any of their own anymore.
You'd think there'd be a bank account.
Probably, but which leads on to my first problem is all of that was pointless. It was a good movie, but blowing everything up was unnecessary to the plot, which means they wouldn't have had to go to America, which means they wouldn't have had to meet the statesman. So they could have had the exact same plot and resolve without all of that.
Look, at the end of the day, the core thing about this sequel was, what if America had their own independent agency?
Yeah, but I don't feel like
and I think
this was the way to do it. They could have done that in another way.
Yeah, but like blowing up all the Kingsmen except our main characters, what difference does that really make? I mean, at the end of the movie, it's resolved and they're going to rebuild a new Kingsman. So I'm sure they'll get another old guy to be the head of the table. They'll get more spectral hologram people that you can only see with the glasses on to sit around the table to drink the scotch and everything will just go back to normal. They'll make suits still, but it's okay. They'll have some scotch too.
Well, that's kind of my point. It's just going to go back to normal anyway.
Yes, so I mean, it doesn't...
I don't think the American side was necessary. There's two reasons why the American statesman was necessary to this movie.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
One is so that they have resources to still do the missions while everything is blown up. But like I said, they didn't need to blow everything up in the first place, which means that point in itself is pointless again. And two is Harry is in America. He's not dead.
Oh my God. Harry?
The statesman found him, revived him, cured him, but he has amnesia. Which I feel like they needed Harry for this movie. It was a good aspect to have him recover from the amnesia. But I feel like there's another way that could have been done in Britain.
No, I don't know. He does go to Kentucky when he gets shot.
Yeah, I know. But why can they not have a UK Kingsman member go and retrieve his body and then use some spy shit to revive him? They wouldn't have just left him there. They saw him get shot through the glasses. Also, that's another thing. Why did no one question where's his body?
Yeah, that's a great point.
So
no one collected that body.
Yeah. I feel like the more reasonable explanation would be they sent someone from Kingsman to go get the body, not statesman picked up some kind of ping on a radar and was like, oh, let's go see what this is, found his body and took him home.
I love how they just chop it out there and landed pretty much seconds after Valentine had walked away. Like, you could see that helicopter.
See, that's literally my only problem with this movie is that the American part was pointless. Everything else was great.
Yes.
and I feel like I've rambled about this, and I feel super salty against America, but I feel like that sounds like what my problem is.
Yeah, no, but America's
that's not what I'm
fine.
saying.
America's fine. This movie's
To a
fine.
degree.
To a degree. I mean, we had a crazy American president just like we got in real life, so that's cool. These movies, they're a slice of life, really, in a way, aren't they? One thing I liked is the gadgets. I mean, the lasso was really starting to push the fucking edge of future spy tech espionage stuff. That it electrifies and it's basically just a lightsaber rope.
Pretty much.
I mean, I could understand you could lasso someone and electrocute them through the lasso, like a stun gun or a taser or something like that. But the fact that you just click a button somewhere, and it's not clear where the button is either. This movie certainly isn't a bloody user guide for these lassos. And you just press a button somewhere and it becomes a lightsaber.
Well, it didn't become a lightsaber.
No, it becomes a ropey lightsaber, like it's all floppy and stuff. But if you can use a lasso like a CGI character, like in these movies, then it's more or less a lightsaber. But other than that, there were some gadgets in this. Like they introduced a briefcase that was actually a machine gun.
It's a Kingsman briefcase for the assassin on the go. It's got leather, it's got class, it's got rockets and machine guns, and kicks tons of ass.
They had the American weapons. That was a baseball grenade and a minesweeper baseball bat.
Yeah.
A baseball grenade, a bursting, blasting, blazing good time, and a limited edition authentic minesweeper. Strike one, strike two, strike three, and you're out of here.
They were my favourite because the Minesweeper baseball bat was literally just a minesweeper, and
it failed to pick up a mine.
Yeah, and it failed to pick up the mine that Eggsy actually stood on. Like, I thought maybe because of, future Kingsman technology. I mean, he had a taxi that could survive a load of attacks, then bloody go in the water and stuff like that and have a submarine mode, but also on top of that, it's got I've been trapped in a corner, turn on sideways wiggle mode. out of the way. All that technology.
Sideways wiggle
Yeah,
mode.
sideways wiggle mode. I thought of that as soon as I saw that scene, and I'm like, I'm keeping that one.
But then
that's going in the video.
It was hardly a wiggle.
It was. It went.
No, it kind of glided.
Yeah, it was getting.
That's not the point, though.
But yeah, so all that future technology, and the baseball bat just gets an antenna that can pick up mines.
But it didn't do that.
Yeah, it only detects the mines and stuff like that, which he stood on one anyway. But that's you could argue that's just the character being an idiot and plot devices and whatever. But they then didn't have a means by which to get out of that situation.
Well, to an extent they did, but it was only a brief.
Yeah, they had the liquid nitrogen. They had the aerosol freezing thing, which is a classic bloody way to disable the landmine in sci-fi and spy movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. They either run into you and just take you off the landmine and hope that the explosion is only tiny, or they freeze it. That's how you get rid of landmines. It's bloody movie trope. And they didn't have anything like that. They had a freeze thing, but it only froze it for a few seconds in order to get an emotional send-off for a character. Why didn't the baseball bat act as like a pooper scooper thing? Pick up the landmine, throw it.
I don't think that would have worked. I feel like...
Or even just a deactivate the landmine thing.
Yeah, no. I feel like it should have been able to do something to deactivate it, but not necessarily pooper scoop it up and throw it somewhere.
Just throw that at a motherfucker. Imagine how surprised those guards at bloody Polly's thing would have been. Or Poppy, whatever her name is. Imagine how surprised they'd have been if all of a sudden one guy got a landmine to the face. I think that would have been great, and it would have suited the context of this movie.
No, I don't think that would have made sense.
Or just even still, Merlin, the tech guy, why couldn't he just fucking disarm the landmine?
When they do the quick switcheroo thing.
Yeah, the switcheroo. How about instead of putting his fucking foot on it, just put a rock on it? Jesus Christ. You did the liquid nitrogen thing. You knew you'd have a second to fucking put something else on the landmine. What do you opt for? Your own foot.
Admittedly, though, the whole scene where Merlin has his foot on the landmine, which then ultimately kills all the guards, was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was a cool scene, and I like the singing bit, and, and he fucking headbutts that motherfucker.
Yeah, and then they all come in, then he takes his foot off the landmine, and then it blows all of them up at once.
Yeah.
But
it was real good. It was a good scene, and I liked it. And he'll probably still be alive in the third one, because that's apparently the trope of this movie universe.
There was no certainty that Harry was dead just because he was shot in the head.
I was pretty certain.
So
Till they revealed it in this trailer, which was a mistake, by the way. They shouldn't have revealed that and stuff, but you can survive a landmine a lot easier than a shot to the head. Put some bloody alpha gel on your legs, and you're fine. But gadgets... I like a lightsaber lasso, but I also like the fact that when they were on the plane and they open up the secret pool table compartments where the guns are, and there's baseballs that are actually grenades, but then there are actual grenades next to those. Kind of seems pointless. Why not just have them all as baseballs?
Sometimes you just need a grenade that looks like a grenade, and sometimes you need one that looks like a ball.
I feel like it doesn't...
No, because by the time you realise there's a grenade there, it's going to explode before you can do anything about it either way, but...
Yeah, like... I mean, I suppose you could threaten someone with a real grenade, whereas if you just say, this is a bloody grenade, and hold a baseball at them, they're going to think, what a knob. Alright, we fucking tore this movie.
Yeah, it sounds like we don't like it.
A new arsehole.
Yeah, we made it sound like it's terrible, but it's really not. It's just that what's good about it is hard to explain.
God, this is a bloody Defenders Season 1 review.
No, Defenders was well less than...
No, I mean in the nature of we just fucking started and it devolved into a terrible shit show where we ripped this movie up.
Yeah, and again, the difference is the Defenders, pretty much everything was terrible.
Yeah, whereas in contrast, most of this is good, but we've finally broken the layer of this movie does have flaws, and the floodgates opened.
Yeah, earlier on we were like, we don't know like, what's good, we don't know what's bad, but now that we figured out what's bad, it kind of just kept going.
Yeah, my god, it was like when he jumped in the bloody sewer bit and it was full of shit.
Yeah.
As soon as you open there, that's it. I like how before filming this review we were like, well, we don't want to give it a 5. 5 is too good. Nothing really deserves a 5. I'm sure there's some little minor faults and stuff like that. And
now I'm kind of thinking, why are we giving it what we said we were going to?
Yeah, this is a 1.
We've criticised it too, but no, it is better than how we made it sound, I promise. Yeah. I recommend it.
Yeah, I recommend this as highly as I recommend cars that have sideways wiggle mode. Oh, I like the bit where they recreate the manners maketh man.
Manners maketh man. Do you know what that means?
Bit, and he bloody hooks a glass and he throws it at some guy's face, but it because he's only got one eye now, he doesn't understand how to do things.
Yeah, I suppose that's the good thing is
and
the
he
way...
misses.
The good thing about this is the way they reuse jokes, but not in a tiresome...
Seth MacFarlane way.
Yeah, not in a Family Guy, Conway Twitty way. Like, it's more like they adapted to the situation.
Yeah, it was kind of like a wink and a nod. It was like, oh, you remember this scene? And if you haven't seen the first one, it's like, wow, what a cool scene.
Yeah, unlike Family Guy, where it's just the same joke over and over. Specifically, like, the Conway Twitty part, but...
You have a vendetta against that part like I have against bloody Merlin being dead. We digress.
So,
should we rate this? This has been going on long enough.
Yep. So after finally figuring out what's wrong with this, do you want to stick with what we said earlier, or...?
Yes, because despite everything I could throw at this movie, it is still deserving of a 4 out of 5. Nice.
Yes, very nice.
Despite just weird contrivances and stuff like that, and just the whole of the Kingsman organization being just basically shit. I mean, that's fine, because at the end of the day, the 3 people that aren't shit are the main characters, and I suppose if anyone else was good in this organization, the movie would be based on them as well.
Also, you have to consider the fact that there'll be other missions going on while we follow the main characters on their main mission.
Yeah.
So just because we don't see it happen doesn't mean the rest of them are shit.
Also, that means some of them could still be alive.
Yeah.
Like, if all it took was for Eggsy to just not be home. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it gets a 4. Anyway.
4 out of 5, nice. Very nice.
Recommend. Go see it.
Yes. Please do a C. But now, ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty.
I see the want to in your eyes.
Should we put that in? Should we put this? It's been a long one. Goodbye.
Bye.